Hello, my friends. I'm happy to be here with you all. Just stuck my head in the creek and wanted to make a quick video before I head into work at the apothecary, but I wanted to read the rest of chapter 2. And this is the section actually that inspired the whole book. I'm realizing the scene I'm about to read to you. So I suppose that's why it wanted some special attention. So yeah, all right, well, here we go. And you can check out chapter 1 and the bulk of chapter 2 are the last 2 videos. So here we go. And you know, this is in Arch-Commander Duke Traywin Landy's office with Adeline, and Blue and Ellie are there to meet with him to tell him about their mission. And so they're about to get down to business. So, Blue, Ellie, now let's talk details. Come have a seat at my desk and have a taste of our new cacao recipe. Traywin handed 2 small ceramic mugs with frothy brown liquid to the outstretched hands. His demeanor had shifted to taking care of business mode, and the twins straightened up and pulled out their mission plans. The IAC tells me you're looking for assistance with a mission. No doubt you can see they are using our friendship as a way to try to influence and control me. But that's besides the point. The mission stands on its own and will be evaluated according to its alignment with the highest good. So ladies, let's hear it. Blue paused for a moment, took a quick half breath in, then spoke just a few sentences, the sounds coming from her mouth creating a smooth, solid energy, effectively balancing the weight of the words with the lightness and the hope of the mission. Ellie and I have located Thalassia, and we are leading an expedition to scout the planet for embassy and colony locations. Our crew has already been assembled except for a few remaining key positions. We are grateful for any assistance you would like to provide, as the fruits of this mission will bring massive prosperity and abundance to our people. We also hope to enlighten Thalassians and uplift their culture by sharing Terran wisdom and creations. The 3 sat in silence for a few moments, with Adeline seemingly in the background watering plants, though very much a part of the discussion telepathically. Traywin's energy began to build palpably, and he stood up and turned to stare at one of the high windows, his arms crossed tightly. He then let out a short, cynical laugh. That is absolutely insane, my girls. I have to say that is the stupidest mission plan I've ever heard. Thalassia, Traywin shook his head in disbelief, wondering how some of the brightest students he had ever taught could even consider trying such a thing. Thalassia, he muttered again, almost in a trance state. You know you'd need to go through the Murloc channel to get there, not to mention the Panalian province, full of marauders and bad characters. Traywin's face was reddening and his energy was continuing to amplify. Commander Landy, if I may, Blue and I have located the specific coordinates, and who cares? Haven't you looked at the journey records for those missions? Every single one gone. 33 to be exact. At that point, the pain was too much to bear for us to send anyone else there. It's a dangerous mission. Where you want to go, my dear children, no soul has ever returned from. There's bravery and then there's stupidity. Blue and Allie looked at one another and tucked the mission plans back in the long pockets of their skirts, gathering themselves to exit and give Landy the space he needed. Neither had anticipated such a strong reaction from him, but they knew their plans were solid, and this was the generational healing that would need to happen. They had discussed the implications of their mission's success, but had not until now realized that the plan of the mission itself would bring up old wounds to be healed. Traywin's emotions were just the start, but an important one. Traywin sat back down at his desk in somewhat of a stupor, staring at the same window. Adeline continued to water the plants, but came to quickly hug Ellie and Blue before they quietly exited the Archduke's office. Standing outside the large door, the 2 girls turned to face one another, then beamed their wide grins and started laughing. That went great! Exclaimed Ellie. Yes, now we have the information we need to put the finishing touches on our expedition plans, Blue said with excitement. They turned to one another and gave each other a tight squeeze, their hearts bursting with delight at the strength of their mission plan. They knew now that even their most beloved teacher was on board. Whether he realized it at the moment was irrelevant. The passion he displayed was exactly what they needed to motivate them to complete what they had set out to do. Bridging paradise worlds, to achieve what was beyond the belief of most, the future of their dreams. All right, so that's the end of chapter 2. I hope you all enjoyed that. And I have a few minutes left. You know what? Maybe that's it. I do have more to share with you all, but perhaps that's better saved for a video where I can really calmly present the ideas to you. It's been having very, very strong visions lately, and when I ask a question, I receive the answer in a vision oftentimes upon waking each day. And I've been having amazing, and then telling my friends, teaching them about the physics, it then allows me to have a more solid visual again, because I often find teaching people visually and explaining it to them so they can see it in their mind's eye and even starting to draw it, it's much easier than just looking at a formula, and we can look at the formula after, and this just to me is a much more intuitive way for us all to learn math and science, actually. So I want to share a beautiful vision with you about these golden toroidal spheres and how I see our complete reality being made up of them, while still honoring many worlds interpretation and tying that in, but being able to see the world in motion and in movement, even though we know it's fundamentally these fixed frames. Seeing the world in motion, because that's the illusion as this one consciousness. We're wanting to create a world in motion where time and space, we can flow through space and time is constantly flowing. So it's sort of that medium for us to flow through space. But again, it's that illusion we're creating for ourselves to have an experience, a human experience. So anyway, so I will share that with you all soon. And I'm speaking with a local recording studio that's actually right behind the apothecary with my friend Nick, who helps people record themselves, whether for music or other projects. And so I'm speaking to him about doing an audio version of the book and recording it as I write it. To, again, just sharing it with you all has really brought a lot of new life into this book, and I'm excited to continue to work on it and share the science and the math through the book in parallel with the One Original Moment book that I'm working on, that is much more chock full of the math and science with the visuals together, of course, but having sort of a fun story to share some of these concepts and make it more palatable to people that want to just be entertained, and that we can share wisdom through entertainment. Wow, what a concept. Okay, so much love to you all. Thank you once again for joining, or for anyone new. Feel free to go back and check out my early videos where I do go through some of the scientific concepts, that are terms that are used in the scientific community, like heterodyning, charge collapse, neg entropy. And, if you're new to my work, that third episode is the Planck fire formula, where I methodically go over this incredible formula that is really shifting our life, just seeing it shift our life at the moment, because as this awareness spreads of how our fundamental reality works, in the micro and the macro, then we can build structures that align with those fundamental structures, and then naturally those structures are more supportive to our life force, because this is all about the science of what helps facilitate prana, life force, chi, the soul's ability to have a strong vortex into the body, to strongly inhabit the body. So may you all have strong vortexes of your soul. All right, until next time, cheers, so much love, take care.